Imagine this, you're looking up at the night sky, the same sky your ancestors gazed upon for thousands of years, when suddenly, astronomers announce they've spotted something unusual, something heading our way. It's not science fiction, it's not a movie trailer, it's real, and it's unfolding right now. Have you ever felt that chill of knowing the universe is so much bigger than you imagined, and yet somehow, it's knocking at our door? This isn't just another news headline. It's the kind of story that makes you stop scrolling, take a breath, and realize you're living in a moment that future generations will talk about. Think of it like standing at the shore and seeing a ship approach out of the fog. You don't know if it carries treasure, danger, or answers you've been waiting for. But one thing is certain, you can't look away. Astronomers across the globe are sounding the alarm, and the question is no longer if something is approaching, it's what. Could it be a natural wanderer, a piece of cosmic debris? Or could it be something far more mysterious, maybe even deliberate? And here's the real kicker, in just a matter of months, we'll all witness it pass close by. Doesn't it make your heart race to think you're alive for this moment? So buckle up, because what you're about to discover isn't just a story about space, it's a story about humanity, curiosity, and the unknown. And before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed, because you won't want to miss the twists waiting ahead in this journey through the stars. It all started on a quiet night at Mount Wilson Observatory. Sarachan leaned over her telescope, expecting just another routine observation, when she noticed something unusual. It wasn't just a star twinkling in the distance. It was different, almost like spotting a ripple in the middle of a calm ocean. Tell me, have you ever noticed something so small, yet so out of place, that it made your heart skip a beat? That's exactly what Sarah felt at that moment. And before we dive deeper, don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this story. The data she captured didn't stay confined to her desk for long. It spread like wildfire across other observatories, each confirming what she had seen. Think about it, how many times in life do we dismiss strange details as coincidences? But this time, every test, every measurement shouted the same truth, this was real. Doesn't it make you wonder, how many mysteries slip through our fingers simply because we fail to look closer? Soon, teams across the globe were watching it too. What Sarah had first spotted became a collective obsession for scientists. Imagine you're walking in a forest and stumble upon a door hidden between the trees. Would you walk past it, or would curiosity eat you alive until you opened it? That's what this discovery felt like, a door in the middle of the universe, waiting to be unlocked. And the question is, what lies behind it? The strangest part was, no one could categorize it. It wasn't behaving like a comet, nor like an asteroid. It was something in between, or maybe something entirely different. The universe, in its vast silence, had just whispered a secret. And here's the thing, secrets like these usually change everything we thought we knew. Have you ever felt like the world you understood suddenly shifted under your feet? And there she was, Sarachan, an astronomer who began her night like any other but suddenly found herself at the center of a mystery that could rewrite history. Isn't it fascinating how a single moment can flip your life upside down? 1 second you're following the ordinary, and the next you're carrying the weight of a discovery that could belong to all of humanity. It's almost like destiny tapping you on the shoulder. The buzz grew louder as the trajectory of the object revealed something shocking, it was heading closer to Earth. No, not close enough to cause panic, but close enough to make every scientist's pulse race. Let me ask you, how would you feel if something unknown was moving toward our planet right now? Excited? Terrified? Maybe a mix of both? This wasn't just science anymore, it was personal. And then came the detail that raised even more eyebrows, the object wasn't just unusual in its path. It seemed to carry unique characteristics no one had ever documented before. So what exactly was Sarah looking at that night? A simple space rock, or something far beyond our imagination? Stick around, because the next part of this journey reveals secrets about its shape, size, and behavior that will leave you questioning everything. And hey, make sure to like this video and share it, because trust me, you'll want others to join you in uncovering this mystery. The first measurements revealed something astonishing. This mysterious visitor wasn't round like most space rocks. No, It stretched out, cylindrical, almost like a colossal metallic cigar drifting through the cosmos. Picture it for a moment. If most asteroids are like pebbles scattered on a beach, this one was more like a strange, polished spear pointing toward Earth. Have you ever seen something so oddly shaped that it made? Scientists quickly noted its size, about 200 meters in length. To put that in perspective, imagine 2 football fields laid end to end, but gliding silently through the dark. It's almost surreal, isn't it? Something so massive, yet so far away, still carries the power to ignite our imagination. And it sparks the question, if something this big has remained hidden until now, What truly puzzled the experts, though, was its rare metallic composition. It didn't match the usual rocky debris we're used to tracking. It was as if someone had forged this object in a cosmic foundry. Think of it like finding a golden coin in the middle of a pile of dull stones. You can't help but you. Its trajectory was just as unusual. While comets and asteroids often wander off course, pulled by the gravity of nearby planets, this object maintained a steady, almost deliberate path. Doesn't that make you wonder if there's more to its journey than chance? After all, when a stranger walks directly toward you in a crowd, you don't assume it's an accident, you brace yourself, because you know there's intention behind it. Could this object have intention too? And then there's its speed, 25 kilometers per second. Imagine circling the entire planet in less than an hour. That's how fast it's moving. It's mind-bending to think that while we sit here on Earth, sipping coffee or scrolling on our phones, something that fast and that massive is slicing across the galaxy. Do you ever stop and think how small we are in the face of such vast, relentless motion? But the most electrifying detail wasn't its shape, its size, or even its speed. No, the real shock came from the pulses. Every 47 seconds, the object emitted a strange electromagnetic signal, like a heartbeat echoing through the void. Picture it as a lighthouse flashing across the cosmic ocean. Isn't it chilling to imagine, what if someone, or something, wants to be seen? Or maybe, what if it doesn't? So now, the world stares upward with one burning question: what exactly are we dealing with here? Is it natural, a rare fragment of the universe, or could it be something far more deliberate? Stay with me, because the next chapter reveals how the entire scientific world is mobilizing to uncover answers. And hey, hit that like button and share this video so others can step into this mystery with you. As the news spread, the scientific world lit up like a switchboard. Suddenly, observatories from every corner of the planet turned their eyes toward the same spot in the sky. NASA, ESA, Roscosmos, names we usually hear working separately, were now speaking the same language of urgency and wonder. Imagine a massive orchestra where every instrument once played alone, but now, all at once, they rise into a powerful symphony. Have you ever felt the goosebumps of watching rivals unite for something far greater than themselves? Don't forget to subscribe, because this story is only getting louder. Real-time data began flowing across continents. Screens flickered with numbers, graphs, and images, each update adding another piece to the puzzle. Think about it like a jigsaw scattered across thousands of tables worldwide, yet somehow, everyone was working on the same picture. Isn't it incredible that in a world often divided by borders, politics, and conflict, one object in the sky could unify us under a single question: what is it? The collaboration wasn't just about scientists. Governments, agencies, even military satellites were now tuned in, tracking every pulse and every move of this strange traveler. It's almost as if humanity had collectively stopped to listen to a faint whisper in the night. And here's the thought: what does it take to make billions of people pause, to shift their attention away from earthly noise and look up together? And yet, within that unity, there was tension. Some voices demanded secrecy, worried about panic. Others insisted on transparency, arguing that the unknown belongs to all of us. Isn't it funny how fear and curiosity often walk side by side? Like children daring each other to open a locked door, half excited, half terrified, knowing that whatever lies behind it could change everything. Which side would you choose? Meanwhile, teams of researchers began setting up emergency conferences, streaming their findings in real time to colleagues across the globe. Picture it: Midnight in Paris, sunrise in Tokyo, and late afternoon in New York, all linked by the same glowing D on their screens. Doesn't it make you wonder if maybe this is what it takes to remind us that we're all passengers on the same fragile ship called Earth? And with each passing day, the object revealed more of its mystery. Every new reading sparked heated debates. Was it natural, artificial, or something we couldn't yet define? Just imagine sitting at a table where some of the greatest minds on Earth argue passionately, each convinced they're right, while knowing deep down that none of them truly has the answer. How would you feel if you were in that room? The mobilization was historic, but it was only the beginning. Because soon, the question wasn't just how to study the object, but what it might mean. And that's where theories began to take shape, each one more daring than the last. Stick with me, because in the next part, you'll hear speculations that could reshape everything we believe about life and the universe. And don't forget to like and share this video, so others can dive into this mystery with you. With every new detail, speculation spread like wildfire. Some scientists lean toward the idea of an asteroid unlike any we've cataloged before, maybe forged in the violent heart of another solar system. Others whispered about something far more exotic, a piece of alien technology, perhaps a probe set adrift ages ago. Think about it, when you find a seashell on the beach, do you wonder if it came from just down the shore, or from an ocean you've never seen? And before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe, because the theories you're about to hear are nothing short of mind-bending. One of the first big ideas was that it might be a fragment of a shattered planet. Imagine a colossal world torn apart by cosmic violence, with this metallic shard drifting for millions of years until fate guided it toward our backyard. Doesn't it make you wonder, how many forgotten stories of destruction and rebirth are hidden in the fabric of space? And what if this fragment carries clues of a civilization that no longer exists? But then, another possibility captured imaginations. What if it wasn't random at all? Some researchers dared to suggest it could be an artificial structure, perhaps a derelict spacecraft. That's the kind of thought that chills you, right? Like finding a bottle washed ashore and realizing the message inside wasn't written by anyone from your world. If that were true, wouldn't it change the way we see ourselves in the universe forever? Of course, skeptics argued for a more grounded explanation. Could it be a bizarre comet with unusual chemical makeup? Maybe one forged in regions of the galaxy we've never explored. Yet even this natural theory only added more intrigue. After all, isn't nature itself the greatest architect of the unimaginable? Think about lightning, once feared as the weapon of gods, now understood as science. Could this object be a reminder that the cosmos still holds mysteries science hasn't caught up with yet? The electromagnetic pulses, repeating every 47 seconds, fueled the boldest theories. Some compared it to a cosmic heartbeat, others to a deliberate signal. If you heard a knock at your door every minute, would you assume it was the wind, or would you brace yourself to meet whoever, or whatever, was on the other side? Isn't that the same unsettling question scientists now face? And while debates grew hotter, the world listened. Social media buzzed, headlines screamed, and ordinary people looked to the night sky, wondering if they were witnessing history unfold. Isn't it fascinating how something millions of kilometers away can ripple into our everyday lives, shaping our conversations, our fears, even our dreams? The approach of the object sparked a wave of innovation unlike anything seen in decades. New algorithms were written overnight, designed to track its path with breathtaking precision. Artificial intelligence systems, once used mainly for predicting weather or financial trends, were suddenly repurposed to decode its signals. It was like sharpening tools while the hunt was already underway. Have you ever felt that rush of solving a problem faster than you thought possible? Don't forget to subscribe, because this story is about how pressure creates brilliance. Spectroscopy, the science of analyzing light, took center stage. Instruments were enhanced to capture even the faintest clues about the object's metallic composition. Imagine trying to read a secret note hidden in candlelight, and then inventing a brighter flame just to see it clearly. Doesn't it make you wonder how many other mysteries could be unlocked if we applied this level of urgency to our everyday challenges? Tracking systems that once seemed advanced suddenly looked outdated. Engineers worked around the clock to create more responsive networks, capable of following the object in real time. It was like upgrading from a paper map to live GPS, except this GPS was following something unknown across the vast expanse of the galaxy. Have you ever realized you were living in the future the very moment it arrived? But perhaps the most exciting development came from AI-driven simulations. Scientists fed every scrap of data into models that tried to predict the object's behavior. Each simulation was like rolling dice with the universe, hoping to catch a glimpse of what might happen next. Doesn't it feel a little like fortune-telling, except this time, the crystal ball was made of pure mathematics? Even communication technologies benefited. Radio telescopes were pushed to new limits, tuning into frequencies once thought impossible to detect. It was as if humanity had been trying to listen with one ear covered, and suddenly we uncovered both. How many other cosmic whispers have we missed because we weren't listening closely enough? These advancements didn't just serve this single mystery, they laid the groundwork for future discoveries. The tools, the methods, the knowledge, all of it would remain long after the object passed. Think about it, sometimes the greatest gift of a challenge isn't the answer, but the transformation it leaves behind. What if this visitor's true legacy wasn't its origin, but the way it pushed us forward? And yet, for all the progress, the real impact was far larger than technology. Because what was happening wasn't just about machines or data, it was about people, nations, and the world itself rallying together. Stay with me, because in the next chapter, we'll explore how this event shook not just science, but the very fabric of global unity. And hey, make sure to like and share this video, so others can witness how far humanity can go when we chase the unknown. The discovery didn't just ripple through science, it shook the entire planet. Governments convened emergency meetings, the United Nations addressed the matter, and suddenly, the eyes of the world weren't on conflict or politics but on the same mysterious point in the sky. Imagine billions of people, each under the same roof of stars, all wondering about the same question. When was the last time humanity shared a single heartbeat like that? Don't forget to subscribe, because this isn't just a story about space, it's a story about us. Media outlets buzzed with theories, while schools and universities built lessons around the unfolding event. Children drew pictures of the object, while elders debated what it might mean. Isn't it powerful how wonder can unite generations? Think about it, in a world often divided, this one anomaly in the heavens managed to bridge the gap between age, culture, and belief. Could curiosity itself be the most universal language of all? Even global leaders weighed in. Some called for caution, others for bold exploration, and a few for secrecy. It was like watching captains steering the same ship but arguing over which stars to follow. And here's the real question, if humanity faced something bigger than all of us, would we truly come together, or would we cling to old rivalries? Meanwhile, ordinary people began to see themselves differently. For the first time, many realized how small our daily struggles looked compared to the immensity of the cosmos. Isn't it strange how a single light in the night sky can make our problems seem both tiny and, at the same time, deeply connected to something greater? What worries would you let go of if you remembered we're all spinning on the same fragile planet? Cultural impact was just as profound. Musicians wrote songs, filmmakers began sketching scripts, and artists captured their visions of the strange visitor. It was as though humanity's imagination had been reignited by the stars themselves. Don't you think that's the essence of progress, that art and science both spring from the same well of curiosity? Historians already whispered that this would be remembered as a turning point, the moment the world paused and asked, what if we're not alone? Just like the moon landing decades before, this event marked more than science, it marked a collective step in human identity. How do you think future generations will tell this story? As a warning, as a discovery, or as the first chapter of something bigger. And through it all, one truth echoed louder than any theory: the universe had knocked on our door, and we had answered together. Yet deep down, a question still lingered: what if this was only the beginning? Stay with me, because every ending in the cosmos is really just a doorway to something new. And hey, make sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe, so you don't miss what comes next. So here we are, at the end of this journey, staring at the vastness of the universe and realizing how small we are, and yet, how powerful we can be when we come together. Isn't it fascinating that one mysterious object drifting through space was enough to unite scientists, governments, and everyday people in wonder? It makes you ask yourself, what else could we achieve if we treated every challenge on Earth with the same urgency, the same curiosity? Think about your own life for a moment. How many mysterious objects are passing by you every day, opportunities, challenges, ideas, that you might be ignoring because they seem distant or uncertain? What if, just like the astronomers, you decided to focus your attention, sharpen your tools, and lean into the unknown? Could that be the moment everything changes for you? The truth is, the universe doesn't just whisper its secrets to telescopes, it whispers to each of us. The question is, are you listening? Are you ready to see beyond the obvious, beyond the comfortable, and step into something greater? And here's my challenge to you: don't just let this story fade away once the screen goes dark. Carry the lesson with you: that mystery isn't something to fear, but something to embrace. Because in every mystery lies the seed of transformation. So now I'll ask you, what would you do if tomorrow brought you face to face with the unknown? Would you shrink back, or would you step forward and claim your part in history? If this story made you think, if it sparked even a single new question in your mind, then make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications, because there are more stories like this waiting for you. And share this video too, because maybe someone you know needs this reminder right now. The universe is moving, and so should you. The next chapter is always closer than you think.